Well, hello, momentum makers. Welcome to Calm Mom Conversations. I am so glad you are here today. We are still in the series, Summer Survival Series for Overwhelmed Moms, and I'm glad you're here. So, put in the comments, have you ever looked at your kids and thought, I love them more than anything? But why am I irritated all the time? Maybe you've snapped over spilled juice. Maybe someone asked you one more question and you immediately felt your chest tighten. Or maybe you've gone to bed feeling guilty because you weren't the mom you really wanted to be that day. Well, I'm here to tell you that all of these are very common. And you're not a bad mom because you've had these thoughts. Your nervous system is overloaded. Summer changes almost everything about our routine and just the way things go on during the day. And most moms don't realize how much extra pressure they are carrying because it's summer. Everybody thinks summer is supposed to be this fun and relaxing thing because we can maybe be outside more, our kids are off of school, but the kids being off of school can put a lot of pressure on us. And we're going to talk about why moms are more irritable during the summer months. And more importantly, how to calm our nervous system before frustration turns into regret. I remember these summer months very like it was yesterday. My kids are young adults now, and that is another thing that I'm facing is the empty nest kind of thing. But when they were younger, I was working for a school, so I thought the summer was going to be great because we had off together and we could spend more time doing fun things. But it didn't always happen that way. Sometimes I would think, man, I can't wait till they go back to school. Put in the comments if you're one of those moms. Have you said that already this summer? Boy, I can't wait till school starts back up. It's it's a very common thing, and I hated saying it because that meant my summer was over as well, and I would have to go back to that busier schedule. So, if you've been following along, this is part of our summer survival series for overwhelmed moms. And we're helping all of us overwhelmed moms navigate the emotional load of summer without adding more to our to-do list. We've talked about vacation stress, so go back to that video if you would like to, if you have not seen it and you would like to see what it is that I've talked about in regards to vacation stress. We've also talked about the invisible summer mental load. That was last week's series, last week's episode. And today we're going to talk about one emotion almost all of us experience, and that's irritability. So, welcome to Call Mom Conversations. I'm Stacy Johnson, and I am a resilience and momentum specialist. And I help overwhelmed moms create calm over chaos and help create that financial freedom that you want for your families without wasting more time or more money trying to figure it all out on your own. So I am glad you are here. And let's dive into the first area of this week's topic, and that is we have no personal space. The biggest difference between the school year and the summer, there is almost no recovery time. Someone always needs something. Someone might be always touching you. Someone is always talking, asking questions. How many times do you hear mom? in a day. Mom, mom, mom. And our nervous system never gets a chance to rest. It isn't that our kids are doing something wrong because they're not most of the time. Your brain simply just never gets that silence that it's craving. And our nervous system needs moments of safety. And safety often sounds like quiet. So I want you to know that when I talk about feeling safe, it doesn't mean that we are in danger, but our nervous system does react like it is in danger. It doesn't know the difference between danger and feeling just overloaded and overwhelmed. It presents the same way to our nervous system because, we get that just we get all the internal chemicals start moving the same way as if you're being chased by like a bear and you feel danger versus just being on as a mom all day long with no rest. So our body feels the same. So I may refer to it as safety, but I know that you may not be in danger per se. But for a lot of moms, our nervous system gets that rest when we are in complete silence. And we don't get that very easily in the summertime. Your brain is constantly filtering information. Maybe the TV, maybe the noise from your kids' tablets, iPads, those things. Maybe the increased arguments if you have more than one kid, the constant questions. Maybe they're playing music, just playing in general. Maybe there's dogs barking. Maybe they're going in and out of the house, so there's door slamming. I mean, a lot of these things can be happy noises, but it's still stimulation for our brain. And eventually, our brain reaches capacity. And that's when tiny inconveniences feel enormous to us. We aren't reacting to the cup left on the counter. We're reacting to the previous 6 hours of all the noise. One of the other biggest invisible stressors that moms feel is the one of making 100 decisions every day. What's for breakfast? An hour later, I'm hungry. What is there to eat? It's hot. Can we go swimming? Who's driving? Do we have any more sunscreen? I want to go outside and play tonight. Is there any bug spray? What's for dinner? Can I invite my friends over? What time do we have to leave for my baseball game? Can we stop for ice cream? Sometimes, even by lunchtime, you've made a dozen, maybe even 100 decisions. And no wonder our brain feels exhausted. And you throw in working. Maybe you work in the home, maybe you work out of the home. Maybe you are fortunate enough to be a stay-at-home mom and you're doing all the other things like laundry and grocery shopping and all those things take make have us making decisions on top of all the other decisions that moms make, like I just talked about. Summer is supposed to be like this magical, this calm, this just kids are out of school and they're excited because they get to be home and we have less expectations because of maybe less homework. And, social media tells us we should be creating these unforgettable memories during the summer. Maybe family vacations, or maybe you're one of those moms that can be really crafty. Maybe we're trying to do pool days And of course, movie nights. Who doesn't love a good movie? Maybe outside on at a drive-in movie theater or even creating our own backyard movie. Perfect family photos. Maybe taking hikes in the river or going to the beach. Meanwhile, you're still trying to work, cook, clean, budget, manage your own emotions, plus manage everybody else's emotions. And don't forget about, scheduling still appointments because, kids still get sick or they still need physicals before school starts. And we're the CEO of the household, so we do it all. And meanwhile, we're still keeping everyone alive, right? But this is why our patience feels thin. I tell moms all the time, irritability is often our nervous system asking for regulation. It's kind of like screaming at you, hey, remember me? You need to calm down. You need to take some rest. But, and we don't do that. We ignore the irritability. So that's what our nervous system is asking. But our family is just asking for connection, not for the perfection that we strive to do. Your body isn't saying, I don't love my kids. It's saying, I need a moment. I need rest. And when we understand that difference, we stop adding shame to our stress. And shame is connected to guilt. So, and then we also add in the financial pressure that has been happening. I'm turning my fan on. The financial pressure that has been adding to families. I've talked to a lot of families in the last couple weeks about the added cost in regards to the cost of living between grocery bills being higher, gas prices being higher, the unexpected cost of something happening in the family, air conditioning stops working, or kids get sick, or, the family vacation costs a little bit more than what you thought it was going to be. And then as we start getting closer to the school year, we've got school clothes shopping, school supplies, school fees, all those things start to add up. And so we've been dealing with all of these increased expectations, but then also our brain is thinking about all of these things that haven't even happened yet. And a lot of times that adds that financial stress. So let's talk about some things that we can do to help calm our nervous system. So the first thing I will talk about is how we can, do a 5-minute reset kind of before we snap. So the 5 things that you can do before reaching your breaking point is one, just pause. Notice your body, not your thoughts right now, your body. Where are you holding that tension? Then breathe slowly. So a long, breathe in, hold it, and do a long exhale. Your exhale is telling your nervous system, hey, you're safe and it's quiet right this second. Maybe even step outside. Fresh air changes the physiological factors and it helps people feel more grounded, more than you realize, even just for 2 minutes. And it's better if you do it barefoot. And then lower one expectation. Ask yourself, what actually has to happen today? Ask yourself that question. Not everything on your to-do list is urgent. And create one quiet moment. Sit in your car, go to the bathroom, walk outside, put both feet on the ground. Your nervous system doesn't need an hour. Sometimes it just needs 60 seconds. 60 seconds. That's about how long it takes me to go from my kitchen to my bedroom. We all have 60 seconds. I know we do. Because a lot of times I hear, I don't have time and I don't have the money. So creating these quiet minutes can do a huge thing to our nervous system. But then the other thing that I've been doing that has added to, added that extra safety layer to my nervous system is creating an additional revenue stream. And that is, I'm involved in a wonderful community that I am creating a couple different income streams. And it's super easy to do. And I would love for you to join my community. You can find the link in the description under building financial freedom or the business inquiries. But also make sure you subscribe to this channel because you don't want to miss another video in this survival series because next week there'll be another summer survival series episode. And so you don't want to miss that. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you can get notified. I can remember summers when I thought something was, I just always felt maybe something was wrong with me. Like I said, I would say, "Oh my God, I can't wait till summer's over." But I hated saying that because I didn't want to necessarily go back to work. But I mean, I loved my girls deeply, but sometimes by the afternoon, I felt like every question, every interruption, every mess was just way too much. Every drive to somewhere else, you know. And what changed for me wasn't becoming more patient. It was learning to recognize when my nervous system was overloaded instead of believing I was a bad mom. And that shift changed everything for me. But a lot of this shift didn't happen until after my husband passed away. And my kids were already had driver's license. So, what I would love is for moms to be able to find ways to be calm without getting to that snapping irritability feeling long before their kids are young adults or older teenagers that have driver's license and the pressure is less for you anyways. I would love to be able to help you, get to that place so that you can create some wonderful summer memories. And in the link in the description below too is a momentum audit. Go ahead and book that. We'll talk about what's getting in the way of you creating this momentum and being able to move forward and create memories with your kids without feeling like you need to snap. So if you're feeling more irritable this summer, there's nothing wrong with you. You're just carrying more than most people can see. So start giving yourself permission to reset before you reach your breaking point. And each of us have different breaking points. That's not an answer I can give you is when will I break? Each of us is set up differently. And calm isn't something you can earn after everything gets done. It's something you intentionally create along the way. So I encourage you to, again, subscribe because every week we're having real conversations that help overwhelmed moms create more calm, stronger family connections, and life that just feels lighter. And if you know another mom who needs this reminder, send this video to her. She probably needs to hear that she's not alone. So, again, thanks for joining me in this summer survival series inside Calm Mom Conversations. And I'll see you next week.